Twintuitive 717. I am back with another video. I wanted to share a quick update for the collective because there has been a lot of admiration and a lot of intense passion and love coming from the masculine energy. And even though what appears on the 3D may be conflict, separation, silence, I'm really feeling that this period of silence has a lot to do with wrapping up behaviors, attitudes, beliefs about the opposite energy in general. So many of you feminines are really leaving behind past stereotypes about the male energy that is no longer serving you on the twin flame journey, and vice versa. The masculines, through this distance with their feminine, are really having to humble themselves and really take stock of a lot of their past experiences with women in this case, and truly ask themselves how those experiences have shaped their ideas around love. Because what's happening is every time they interact with the feminine and they get triggered from a past relationship, there's a different cycle that the masculines go through than they have with past partners, and that's the growth, the spiritual growth that twin flames experience. So I feel that the feminine energies, because of everything that they have experienced as far as negativity in the connection, they have not let it tear them apart or shred them to pieces in any way. Many of the feminines, they've actually used this energy to create, to find balance within themselves, to dig and go deep and look inward and pull their worth out of their souls. And it's just such a beautiful experience because the masculines are literally triggering them to do this and admiring their tenacity from afar, because I feel the masculines know that they have this role to play, but they're still sorting through and piecing the puzzle pieces together. They feel the love for the feminines even throughout the triggering, and so does the feminine. And I feel like that's really what has both of the twins coming back, is that passion that they feel towards each other. They will get into arguments and really quickly want to make up afterwards, and the making up comes from the fact that they've experienced so much shedding of old ideas and just the flood of downloads and insights that they're getting about expansion and expanding the whole collective's idea about relationships and love and how to approach them with more compassion and more courage and bravery. And, so with that being said, I just kind of wanted to dig into these divine feminine cards. I have here Marguerite Porete, the mystic of divine love. And she's beautiful. So Marguerite here says that love is divine and I am nothing except love. Many of the feminines know that now, and the divine masculines are learning from this energy. So what I mean by that is we're accepting the fact that we love our twin flames, no matter what the experience, no matter what other people might say or think. There's a big freedom in accepting this kind of love and accepting what it is you feel. And within that acceptance, many of you are just moving out of the fear of losing the connection altogether. And this unconditional love that you're feeling towards your counterpart, despite the negative attitudes that follow you when there is conflict, you're all breaking through it because you're understanding that love is what's going to transform these energies. Many of you are having to be forgiving. You're having to be the bigger person. You're having to truly walk away and disconnect yourself from things that no longer serve you. And as painful as it is, you are certainly being rewarded by, this type of energy in your life. There are beautiful things happening for you in exchange for all of the pain that you're going through on this journey. I have the white buffalo calf woman, the prophetess of the sacred way. My heart is a compass. The path of love is true abundance. And I feel like abundance is what the divine feminines are experiencing. Many of you are experiencing a lot of pain, and you're turning that pain into creativity. You're opening up yourselves to a lot of the artistic qualities within yourself, and it's bringing so much peace in your path. So many of you are feeling less stagnant and less stuck when it comes to waiting around for this connection to happen. You're understanding feminine energy is flow. Just like water is feminine energy just flows. She makes herself happy in all of her circumstances. Waiting is feeling stuck. So there's no waiting for her counterpart to show up. Feminines are becoming so confident and fearless in their love for themselves that they're learning that the masculines will meet them where they are on their journey. It says, my heart is a compass. Her heart leads her wherever it is she wants to go. If she decides to create a family, if she decides to call in a soulmate, if she decides to live life by herself as a celibate, the feminines are understanding that the choices made within self-love is what calls in abundance. When you call in abundance, all of the feelings of longing and yearning and missing out on something dissipates. It disappears. The divine will reward you with unconditional love by getting rid of those, exact feelings that you carry within yourself that keep you feeling very hurt. Your heart will transform. When you start forgiving and loving unconditionally, you'll wake up the next morning and you'll literally feel enlightened. I pulled the Green Tarot card here. So Green Tarot says, the Buddha of enlightened action. My soul informs my every step. I do what my heart compels me to do. And when the card says I do what my heart compels me to do, it makes me think of a lot of us divine feminines who are on the twin flame journey, and we tune in to readings or we get spiritual advice that it leads us away from our path, and we can feel this inside of us because sometimes the intuitive guidance that we get or the advice or just the general energy altogether, it makes us feel misaligned. But that's when we have to follow our own heart and our own path because, again, the heart is the compass here with the Buffalo Woman's energy. And when you follow your heart, that's where you'll find God, because God is within us all. And when you look back to God, the energy, it will be prominent that you have to love every person in your twin flame dynamic and situation in order to transform it or evolve it into the new earth paradigms. If you're feeling stuck or stagnant in your connection, pay attention to energies or patterns or behaviors that are repeating, that are very 3D based behaviors that keep people feeling stuck in very unhappy feelings. Embody this divine feminine energy of strength, compassion, love, courage, bravery, and understand that there is no weakness in loving another person despite their faults. There's so much strength in loving and forgiving another human being despite their wounds, despite the open scars that you can see. Extending your feminine energy and let them know that it's okay. You can move forward and set a new path for yourself in life.